The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Previously on Stone to Space.
For the start of Chapter 3, we went to Kerbal Space Program to learn how to make rockets so that we could explore the stars for a new home. We began playing on career mode while not knowing anything about what we were doing. After doing some research off-stream, we then moved to the science mode with newfound knowledge. We went to both moons, created communication networks, planes, science missions, a space station, and then ended the game by traveling all the way to Duna in the Antari ship.
After arriving at Duna, our ship the Antares fell apart, causing us to land on Duna and mine its resources so that we could fix the Antari ship. We unlocked various buildings, and also different types of science. After fixing everything but scanners on the ship, we then left the planet behind us as we continued to travel in space. Partially during our space flight, we landed on an asteroid. Over the course of a few hundred cycles, we had mined out the asteroid, converting its resources into various things that we needed in order to keep 24 dupes alive. We made a lot of automated machines to take, cool, or convert items into other items. We then turned on a machine that would allow us to take a dive into the dreams of one of our dupes. Hello and welcome to a Twitch Plays Along series called Stone to Space. Today we're in Chapter 3, Space Travel. Today we are playing Vintage Story. And now, since it's been 6 days since we last played, I don't remember everything that we've done. I know we first need to put a sound on my headphones so I can hear. And I know one thing that we did is we progressed into the winter, but we also set up the bottom of this building to being our food storage in here, and also our barrel storage in here. So we are using weak tannin. Actually, that's lime water. We're using weak tannin here to make some hides. They have another 3 days from what I'm looking at. Or is that 3 hours and 3 days? I've never seen a slash, so I don't know what that means. But we also have strong tannin here, so we're going to be putting the hides into here, and then that should make a little bit of leather. It's probably not going to go very far in what we can make with it. I think it's only going to be a small amount. But the next thing I want to do with this building is make the top portion for food creation and stuff like that. And I need to figure out everything we need. And then I'm still debating on if we're going to raise this building or keep it in the ground a little bit. I might keep it in the ground just for looks. But another thing I want to do on top of that is to continue to path around to the different areas that we're going to. So this all the way to the cave entrance there, or the tunnel. And also around the rest of the buildings, so that we have this extra speed boost. Now, I don't think we need this ceramic mold anymore. One thing that I do want to do today, along with the food, is create our Iron Anvil. And I have no idea what that's going to entail. So I'm going to guess that we need 4 of those. And I think we'll use brown coal. But hopefully this isn't too intensive. That's right, we're also drying out some wet sheets of seaweed so that we can make some sushi. That should be done tomorrow. I just wanted to come in here and make sure that all the food-related stuff's out of here. So we no longer need to go into there anymore. This building is mostly going to be for our beds upstairs, but also just being stored. So that whole room back here is going to be full of chests at some point. But I'm not going to do that now. So anyway, we have the forge here. If we do 4, and then... Oh, didn't mean to pick them up. If we light this, we're going to start making an iron anvil. And then get rid of this bronze one. Reuse the bronze for something else. And this needs to get up to 741 before I can use it. So we're going to sit here and watch that go up. Looks like I got just one ingot at first, because I don't know how many I'm going to need for both pieces of the anvil. We have to make a bottom piece and a top piece. We're almost at 600 degrees. I also want to know if we need to do something with the borax before we can use it. Okay, that is enough for one. And then... iron base, iron top. Okay. So this is going to take more than one ingot, and it looks like the first ingot just fills in the spot that it was at. So we're just going to keep taking up iron ingots, slapping them in there. Looks like I might need to start the next set. I'm going to do that now. Before this gets too cold. Wow, this takes a lot more iron than I thought it was going to take. Luckily, we have the mod for auto-completing this, so it shouldn't take too long to do. Looks like I only need maybe 2 more ingots? I hope not 3. I might need 3. I'm not sure. How hot is this? We're probably going to need to heat this again. Unless the ingot I add to it warms it up enough. Because that right now is too cold to work. And it looks like I do have to heat it up. So let's get these all the way heated up, and then we'll put that back in there. I'm going to grab the rest of these and the rest of our iron. Because I have a feeling we're going to need to use all of our iron. So we'll grab them, put them in a pocket for the moment. Put this back in here. Get that going. Luckily, once they're fully heated up, they don't cool down quickly. Although this does seem like it's dropping fast. 1 degree per second. I guess I should probably not be using brown coal. It has a lower temperature. Oh, we also have some iron blooms that we haven't used yet. And I don't know where we would have put our black coal. So let's use our charcoal next. Alright, that is super heated. Okay, I was just making sure that that was still usable. For a second, it looked like I wasn't able to use it again. Looks like we're only going to need 1 more ingot on top of this. Have fun lurking, Gino. And Slicky, we will do the stretch right after I finish this. Okay, now it's just getting rid of the voxels. There we go. We have an anvil bottom, or base. Alright, are these still hot enough to use? They are. So now we're gonna do the top. And I'm just gonna throw both of those on now. Because I had a feeling they weren't be usable yet. Do I have any more iron? I keep forgetting to ask for Cuss about this iron bloom. We have a single iron bloom separated because it was 1 voxel shy of making an iron ingot, and that's tin. And I don't know what to do with that iron bloom. I don't know if there's a way for me to fix it. That's your stretch, Slicky. I'm hoping there's a way to fix it so we can use it. And I'm hoping I don't just have to add more iron to it. Alright, let's put this on so that this doesn't cool down. Looks like I might be cooling down quicker than I can use or work with. So I'm just gonna put that back on. And hope that when I add more ingots, it adds more temperature to this. I don't see anything being added. No, I do see the voxels changing. There was just a lot at one point where it didn't look like there was anything being added. I'm gonna just grab both and add them on. I think it needs both. Why do I feel like there's less iron to work with here? I feel like I did something wrong there. That is iron, right? Yeah. Why are you not? Those two need to be moved, right? Oh, it's too cold. We're gonna put 2 pieces of charcoal in there. Because the first thing I'm gonna do is pick this up and put it in. We're gonna get it up to 800 and then take it out and put the ingot in. Because I'm pretty sure I only need 1 more ingot. Oh, what's going on now? Yeah. Okay, it looks like we only need 1 more. Hopefully that says hot enough, long enough. And since I put 2 pieces of charcoal, this should get hotter than it needs to before they both run out. I put 2 things of charcoal just in case this needs to get reheated again, but it's not losing its temperature yet. Still not. I'm surprised. And that's our anvil top. So now we have both of them. Let's put a set of iron in there. And let's go quench... Oh, that's not the door. Let's go quench these. Can I throw it on snow and it does it? No. That would have been cool if I could just throw it in the snow. I was hoping that it would melt the snow or something. Alright, so now that we have both of these, where did I put the hammer? Oh, it's here. So now we place this down. We find where I placed the borax. It's not in here, is it? Oh, it is in there. Okay, I think all I do is place this on top. Reheat the part in the forge. Oh, so I wasn't supposed to quench it. What's going on? I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. There we go. Now I'm stuck in crouch. We good? I'm good. So now we gotta heat both pieces again. I guess I have to pick it? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna need the hammer again. And for right now, we'll go like this. Put the hammer in our offhand for the moment. I'm gonna let this heat up until I see that the voxels change in the charcoal. And then we'll add the other anvil piece to it. Because I think when it's a higher temperature, it, oh, it's actually going down by pixel. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you watch the far edge, I'm watching it go down very, very slowly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to notice when it goes down to voxel at that rate. Because I can't make out all the voxels going down the side. I thought it was going to just drop. Alright, I'm just... Alright, let's switch that. Put that in. You on the floor. Powdered borax, okay. Don't know how much I need. Looks like just one. This isn't hot enough yet. This should stay hot for a long time. We just need this to get up to 741 before that charcoal goes out. Of course it went out. Because I let this get too hot. And then we just hit this a few times. Top half too cold. Okay, apparently it needs to be hotter than working temperature of steel, iron. I'm gonna try to get it glowing the same. Let's see if that is enough. There we go. We just hit this a few times until it gets squished together. Now we have an iron anvil. So that means we can work steel, meteoric iron. I think that's the only one we need. I don't think we need to make a steel anvil. But now we can take this and get our iron ingots back. I don't think I'm ever going to need powdered borax again, but we'll keep it just in case. Alright. What I think we should do is spend some time making more chests and organizing our area a little bit. These 4 chests here, along with the vessel, I think. Yeah. These chests are going to be put into the building right here. Because that's going to be our blacksmith. This is our stonemason. The middle one, I forget what we're going to use it for. We're going to use it for something. This is our farmhouse. What were we going to use that for? I used to know. I don't know, chat. What we can do right now is start moving the chests in here. So if I look... Because it's an odd floor size in here, meaning 3 by 3 or odd numbers. We can't do 2 chests next to each other in a row. We could put a chest here, then a vessel, and then another chest mirroring on the vessel. But then we would need to put a block here, vessel, block here. We might be able to put another vessel up top. So it'd be like a shelf system. Anyway, what I'm going to do is try to pick up the chests. So I hold control. Did I pick up the chest? I did pick it up already. Okay, we just go like this. And then start putting stuff away. This can go back in our offhand. And this is going to get annoying because it's going to keep shutting. I did think about using our pumpkin seeds. I do know how to grow them. They do work differently than the other foods. So you need a larger area. But they mostly work the same. And as we do this, we should be seeing that I keep less stuff on me. Just making sure that that had everything. We have an amulet. Okay, let's put all this in here. What I was trying to say is that as I continue going through moving the chests around, we should see that we are combining things together in a way that makes things more organized. Or it's, yeah, we do have random necklaces in here for no reason. Look at that, already we have 1 extra space. Oh, that's because I have a flint knife. Never mind then. Yeah, break these down. One of them was the clay. We're gonna put the clay back. Once I have clay in my hand. I wasn't paying attention to that. Nothing in there. I just heard a shiver get hurt. There is a Maractus in chat if anyone wants a cactus. See how long I can keep doing that. Looks like that's it. Check the first two chests. Then go up here. Okay, more clay. So pick up everything now I have. This is all smelting related. So we just have this chest left. Anything fit in there? Nope. Anything fit in here? A few things. Why do we have a barrel? Or a crate? That should be outside. I don't know why it's in here. Alright, now we have to use the other side. Okay, that cleaned up a little bit. Not bad. Put all this away. I didn't even look to see if any of this was, needed. This goes outside. These, on the other hand, can go in a better organization like that. All iron related or smelting related. Hi, baby. Paintbrush is up here now. I'm gonna guess that the butchery table should also be over there. Oh, something we can do is we can start making glass. Glass panes. Get out of the mug. Keeps playing with things that are not his. Alright. What I want to see is glass planes. Yeah, we can make them out of different types of wood. Acacia looks too bright. Oak is, you know, default. What I want is a dark one, besides aged. Ebony. That'd be difficult to find. That takes a whole a whole lead ingot to make 4 panes. But we do need regular glass first. Have we even seen ebony? It's a weird snow generation there. I don't think we've seen ebony. I don't even know where to find ebony. Like biome wise. Let's Google it. Let's see where we find ebony. This says it's amongst the rarest. This is just showing all different types of wood. Apparently Mediterranean cypress is a wood that I can use. We found leaves of it, but I didn't know it was something I could use. And this doesn't tell me where I can find the trees. So what was the point of that? It is in the tropical zone. This we found near drier areas, much like acacia, and the two look similar, but ebony trees are much bigger. Purple heart is only found in the jungles, same as kapok, but unlike kapok, it's quite rare. So we would have to use our translocator way out here and go even further south, it seems. We do have some things to explore. I do want to explore things. Maybe we should do a cleanup stream. Let's do a cleanup stream. Let's go to that first ruin that's over here and get all the items from it. And then explore the next ruin. Now I'm just going to start placing this here. Not like that, though. I don't like that. We should probably also add a second layer of fencing to our fences, because when the snow gets high enough, our animals might be able to get out of the pens. So maybe I should do that first, because this might stop them. So we had oak and maple fencing. So fences, I know it's stick and the wood. I don't know the crafting recipe. 2 sticks, 4 wood. Okay. But this definitely is not enough for the oak, but figured I'd start there and see how much we need afterwards. The maple, we're also going to probably need more. I don't think 16 is enough to do the whole line. It should get us close, if not all the way, but I don't think it's going to get us all the way. So let's start going all the way around this with a second layer. Oh, and I heard chicks. They did hatch, look at that. Alright, so that looked like roughly half of the way there. Maybe a little bit more, so we just need a little bit more than that. This is going to need a lot more than 16, I know that for sure. I think we used almost a whole stack the first time we went around this. But at least now I know. Was that ice? It is ice. Does that... Our amaranth is dead. I didn't know things die. I thought they just stopped growing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hopefully I get seeds back from that. What about the sunflowers? Did they die too? I don't know. I thought when it gets warmer it would just start working again or something. We're gonna grab 16 of this. So that should make half a stack. And then I need to find where the maple is. Oak, let's sort that. There's some maple. I need at least 8 planks from this. Okay, 1 is good enough then. We'll make as many fences as it can make. We'll just keep the rest. Let's put this back. And same with this. We definitely have enough maple fences. I don't know if we have enough oak fences. Also tired. How long it takes me to get over here just by walking. Figured jumping might make it a little bit quicker, but I don't know if it actually did or not. Alright, that's all the maple. And I hear a shiver. I do want to look in here. So we have 1 chick, it seems. Did I hear a second chirp? Did they get out because of where the eggs are? We're looking for anything that's moving in the farms. Because I swear I heard 2 distinct chirps. Oh, they were outside. Okay. Alright, and this is going to stop the pigs from getting out. Where's the other pig? Why do I not see both pigs? Okay, now I do. They were just blending in a little too well. Ah, that was the right amount. We made a 42 block perimeter around this. Welcome in, Taco! How are you? You thinking about doing a vintage story run? It's a pretty good game. I don't know if I count it as one of my top 5, but it's probably close to it. Probably top 10 games. But then again, I like Minecraft and strategy games, so this is kind of like a combination of both, since it adds a lot of different things into the processes of making stuff. Alright, what we were going to do is take the translocator, but first I want to put stuff away. Is this dried yet? 8 more hours until that's dried, and then we can make sushi. In case you haven't been here while we've been playing Vintage Story Taco, we are playing with mods, so I'm not sure how much of this is vanilla anymore. So you may see things that you can't do in vanilla stuff. Which one of these has medium? I wanted to put that away. Okay, the dirt that was right here is gone. Do we need anything before we get over there? Because we are just doing this for picking up items. I don't think we need to bring anything with us. Let's see if the leather is going. Okay, so now I understand what the slash is. The left side is how much time it has been sealed. The right side, where it says 3 days, is how long it will be sealed for. So we're almost 1 day in out of 3. So we have to wait until October 13th. Or October 12th. Probably closer to October 12th. That is if I didn't set the months to being 10 days long. I don't remember what we set them to. And luckily, with how we timed going over the translocator, it is becoming day. So by the time we get over to the ruin, it should be daytime. We may get some, like, freezing damage on the way to the translocator, but by the time we get across the water over at the other area, it, should be closer to the equator that we don't even notice that it's getting cold. So we really only have to worry about the coldness at home. Alright, let's run across here. And here. Make our way up to the translocator. Alright, is this area still safe? Oh, that's right, we have a way to get out quicker. We still have a bunch of stones here. Do I want any of those? That is andesite rock. I think I might want the stones. These have been there for a while. Alright, what was this other stone? Granite. We have granite at home. We don't need granite. That's how it would have sorted it? You know what? I'll keep it like that. Alright. Let's take this up. With us using the survival mod, we have a raft that just makes us lift up without us having to use the spacebar, and it's faster. Alright, so winter over in this area is 0 degrees. So we aren't in the equator biomes yet. We do have to go further downwards. Oh, hello, Copper. Didn't know you were right next to us, but you are close enough to the translocator that I could have known about that. Am I going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way. I don't remember going over that mountain, so that's what told me. That's probably why I never noticed the copper before. Or that cave. Anyway, we're gonna run across here going west. Until we get to that water. Then we're gonna use the raft, swim across. If we make a steel pickaxe, I will be able to use the translocators and move them around so that we could make a quicker way to get over. Because I really don't like the translocator being right here. We don't have much use for this biome specifically. But if I could move it to the desert, we could get more stuff out of the desert. It is always raining when we go across this ocean. I don't think we've had a time where we didn't go across this and it was raining. Looks like it's time, nap time for Mama. I don't know where Paintbrush is. They're probably downstairs playing. Now that we've taken our Christmas decorations down, we've been letting the cats out. out of my room because I don't have anything that they could damage. Why do I have trees on here? What are the trees for? That just says hole. But a hole for what? I don't know if that was for a sow. It could have been. What's the blue tree up here for? That's a hole in a tree. That's what I expected the tree icon to be for. Alright, we looked at that. We're going to this one to pick up the stuff in front of it. If we pick up some of the items, we might as well... Oh, I forgot. Eating makes me have to take the raft away. If we could pick up the storage vessel as well, we might as well take it all the way over to the room we're going to explore. Which is even further away. I mean, I might as well. Maybe we should make some double chests and bring chests with us. Let's have the map open so we can see how close we're getting. It's going to be a while before we get over there. We should see that the temperature is getting hotter as we're getting closer. It already is 5 degrees instead of 0. So that's one step closer. Maybe we should explore the desert area here. We might find some stuff that spawn differently than the creative mode area. Right, we need to go a little bit left. Now we're pointing in the right direction. We shouldn't have too much to do, or to move around. We should start seeing land pretty soon. Or does it have to be on... No, there it is. I was about to say, does it have to be on the minimap for us to see it in person? But we see it in person, we don't see it on the minimap yet, so... We probably should also pick up some redwood trees while we're out here at some point. Obviously the wood that it makes is going to be red. Oh no. Did we write down what kind of trees are in the water here? So that we know where to find them later on. So I don't think we have. What is this? Bald cypress. Okay. We're gonna write that down. This here. Okay, so I need it. I'm also going to turn that blue so I can see it better. This should be acacia. I'm not going to write down where acacia is because it's self-explanatory. We know where it's going to be. Alright. And now that we are here... Oh, there's the bullthorn. I'm surprised there's one out in the trees. So as we can see, it's already 17 degrees over here. It is rather hot. That looks like an item I'm trying to delete. And we already don't have the vessels over here. So what in here can I fit? 5, 7. Each one of these has 8 slots. Oh, I have more down here. We can just chop up a chest and bring it with us. That's what I'm gonna do. And that item that was on the ground just got deleted. I'm going to see if any of these are not acacia. Because this doesn't look like it's acacia. That's ebony tree. The thing we were looking for. Okay. So they are with the acacias, but they look slightly different. And there's not a lot of them. It looks like there might only just be 2 in this specific spot. I'm looking at the trees further away to see if they're any different than this color. That's acacia. That's probably oak. Actually, I don't know what that is. There's a lot of 2x2 trees over there. We'll have to go look at what those trees are. But anyway, we are going to chop down these 2 ebony trees. I want their wood. We also need to pick up as many seeds as we can. So that we can replant them, of course. I don't think I got a single seed from that. Do you not get ebony seeds? It's just a low drop rate. So it probably works similar to jungle trees in Minecraft. Where it's like a 1% chance or a 4%, something's very low. But anyway, we should be able to fit the rest of this wood from this tree. Not entirely sure, but we should be able to fit it all. If we can't, we're gonna have to throw something away. Yeah, we can't. Probably don't need firewood. We don't need copper anymore. We also didn't get a single seed from that. Alright, let's throw the copper knife out. We don't need copper knives. We don't need copper anything right now. Why does that ground look different? Oh, it's forest floor. Next thing... Probably don't need those copper bits. We still didn't pick up all the wood. Andesite I guess we can throw away. Okay, did I pick up everything? I think I did. Alright, I want to explore a little bit this way. Because I do want to know what more of this area looks like. Let's go look at those big trees and then drop off this box at the ruin. I think these are just oak, but I haven't seen this many 2x2 trees in one area. So I don't know if it's something that just looks like oak. No, it is just oak. There's just a lot of 2x2 trees. Weird. Don't jump around me. Whoa, where was that going? Alright, if we find any more... Did I actually switch? I did. If we find any more ebony trees, we're gonna have to mark where I found them. Just so that we can find them a little bit quicker next time. What are the chances? Yep. Okay. So it looks like the large canopy trees are ebony. That's probably oak in that area. I doubt there'd be that much ebony in one spot. But it looks like the acacia are flat top trees, and the ebony is rounded like the rest of the trees. So this right here is probably ebony. And it looks like that one tree here could be ebony. It looks dark enough. But it's in with the oak, so it's probably not. And I meant to make this a tree. And also change this to a tree. I'm gonna go see what this one tree is, because it looks darker than the one next to it. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be oak. There's more amaranth. That's definitely oak. Yeah. Worth a look. We've been to those ruins. That's more pine trees next to it. Are you guys gonna attack me immediately? No, you're not. Nice. What's this about? Last time we found weird generation like this, there was salt underneath it. I doubt that would happen again. Because I don't think those two were related. I just think that this was a weird generation there. I'm gonna ignore that. I did just hear a trader, which we do have marked. Let's see what they have. Because I think I should start naming the traders what they are on the map so I can find them a little bit quicker. There are different types of traders. See, this is probably not the one we want for salt. Which we don't actually need salt. We do need an empty hand to talk to you though. So you are an local goods trader. That's cocoa. What do you have though? You sell pretty cool looking vessels. Some flower pots. Whatever this is. Ceramic hives that are decorated. I like that. You do take diamonds. Ooh, some of them go for a lot. You're selling, or you're buying one diamond for 11, but then you're buying another one for 9. Oh, the potential changes. Okay, so we're gonna have to pay attention to what the potential looks like. Okay, that's good to know. We may come back to them at some point. I do want to change everything to be in that light blue, though. I'm really enjoying the light blue. Alright. Now, what is this? I think it's pine, but it could be that Mediterranean thing. No, it's just pine. Okay. Pine grows everywhere, jeez. I am trying to take a more direct route while looking around, because we may find some ores on the surface of this desert. It's also 34 degrees here. So if there wasn't anything else telling you that this is a desert, that temperature should tell you alone. Okay, we made it to the first ruin. It's not that much further north. We're also away from all the acacia trees, so it looks like in the desert itself it does not grow acacia. So we may have found the only 4 ebony trees that we have near our home. Or this close to our home, I mean. Oh, here's copper. No, there's a desert storm. What sand is this? Granite. Quartz. It'd be ironic if I look at one of these and it says salt. Or borax. We should at some point start seeing the ruin we're going to. It looked like there was nothing above ground, but there is a basement to this building that we have yet to explore. And we're pretty much waiting until we have all this storage over here, but if we start bringing over double chests, that would hold a lot more than these reed chests. Which we made because we needed a chest and there was reeds nearby. That looks like a big rainstorm cloud. It is actually nighttime now. I don't know what Vivitherma is, but if we place this here, we have some copper, another relic. That should all be stuff from inside there, inside the ruin. I don't know what that is. I also don't think we explored any of this. Let's continue going around. This is different. Just dirty gravel. Oh, what was I looking at on the map that made... it was just a tree. Okay. Anything good down here? Nothing visible, at least. What is this? Cracked granite on the surface. Ooh, with this. Cracked peridotite. Peridotite. I don't know how to say that correctly. But I am curious why this is here. Because that's just more sand. Is it just weird generation again? I think it is. Oh, hello. You just spawned out of nowhere. You missed. You have Stormtrooper aim. You don't. There's a trader. Let's go say hi to that trader, and then we'll continue going west. Those are more pine trees. Luckily, anything that would be a ruin out here would be very visible on the map, so we're not going to miss anything being at nighttime. What are you? Hyena pup. Oh, hello, hyena. You can stop. They'll attack you, but the moment you fight back, they run away. Why do I have all this granite stone? We don't need any of that. We do need an open hand. Alright. What is your name? Your name is McCrae, and you're a local goods trader, so you should be selling the same things as the other place. But you sell food. So maybe this is not what they are. This is. I don't know what that does. That's something new to me. Dude, you're very loud. Stop talking. We can buy fat from them. We can also buy bread. So let's name this agricultural trader. I think that's how you spell agricultural? I think that's wrong. You know, I kind of do just want to name this food trader. I think that's more accurate to what he has. Or more self-explanatory to what he has, I mean. Alright, now we have a bunch of things here that are trying to kill us. And you just tried throwing a stone at me. Alright, there's too many there. I want to see where we're going first before we run out there. We are just going west, or east. That's a ruin. That could be a ruin. Or it could just be a lump of dirt. This is Tapirotite, green stone stuff. Alright, let's run out there after I eat. If you guys were here for when I was going through the creative mode Save the World, we've seen the entire map of this area. But the ores and ruins that were spawning out here can be different than what we saw in the last one. Because ruins and ores do not spawn in the same place every time you load the seed. I am looking at various things just to see if there's like a decent cave or something. There is one over here, it seems. Doesn't look like it goes very deep, so I'm gonna ignore it for now. Any ruins on the map? Nothing visible. Let's go a little bit more north. And if we end up dying out here, that's fine. I mean, that just gets us home quicker so we can drop off the items that are in our pocket. That's why I wasn't too worried about getting killed by that hyena. Alright, we have one ruin and a trader. And things that look like trees. It's definitely quartz, but they looked a little bright. Alright, there's a cave right here next to some copper, so it's probably going to show copper. Yep, it shows copper right there. Let's see. That has some glow lichen in it. We can't take that anywhere, but that lights up caves. And I don't understand why there's cracked stuff here. Anyway, let's place that right there. I want to know what this tree is because I can't see what it is. That's just pine. And there's a ruin right there. I'm looking at it, but I can't see it. But I also have a shiver following me. And I also want to see what this trader is. What? No trader. There's a victory bell in chat. That's a Gen 1 Pokemon chat. Apparently I've seen it and caught it. There you are. I was waiting for you. Okay, neither one of them want to attack me after I hit them. And I don't see a trader out here. I've never had that issue before. Where we found a trader thing, but there's no trader in it. Don't know how rare that is. Okay. This I want. This I don't. We'll need the slabs. This says 9% dried. It says it's only fresh for another 3 days though, which is concerning to me. So I'm hoping dried seaweed doesn't have an expiration. Rot, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, so I don't know where to place it. It does say it has a burn temperature of 400 degrees, so we could use it as a food fuel. Because I'm pretty sure majority of the foods, if not all of them, only need a temperature of around 300 degrees for it to cook. And I had a feeling I had some firewood in here. So we have some aged and we have some regular. This should be regular firewood. It is. And I'm waiting for that to say 10% dried. Because I want to make sure that it is ticking upwards. So anyway, let's go back to the ruins. We're going to need to make better food. I just ate like 12 carrots. That's 1.5. No, that's halfway done. I have a lot of grains. I have a lot of vegetables. There's some rot, so I was putting rot in here. I need a bucket. I don't have an empty bucket because we're using it to take tannin out of there. We need a bucket for the honey. Buckets, I'm pretty sure, needs a little bit of wood. And I think I can use a coil rope. It should be this, and then this, which it is. You need to die. Alright, he's done for. Our map is getting more snow. Alright, now that we have a bucket, place it on the ground. We grab our honeycomb. And I think I just need to right-click on it? No, that goes to eat it. So maybe it's a barrel. Maybe I need an empty barrel. which I don't have. This does only have 2 liters. I don't want to seal it. How do I... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. If I control and right click, it squeezes it into the barrel. And then that gives us honeycomb. And liters of honey. 2 liters per honeycomb, or honey piece. So if we grabbed 50? No, this can hold 10 liters in the bucket, and 10 pieces gives us 2 liters, so we would need... Yeah, we would need 50, right? I think that's the math. But anyway, now we have beeswax, and we have honey. Honey we can use for making food better. Can be used in place of things that need oil. I want to know what we use beeswax for. Oh, right, it can be used to make sturdy leather, apparently. What is sturdy leather for? Sturdy leather backpack, which has 8 slots. Pillow cushion, butchering bag. I want to see what all these things are. Sturdy saddlebags. Okay, so this is an upgrade for the bag. That takes chromium? I don't know what chromium is. Chromium sulfide. Crushed chromite. And sulfuric acid. We have the stuff to make sulfuric acid. Saltpeter and a little bit of sulfur. We have a little bit of sulfur, I mean. Anyway. Back to beeswax. It is used to make crocks sealed so that our food lasts a lot longer. Apparently it can be used to make waxed cheese. I guess that extends how long it's fresh for. We can make candles. I don't know what this is for. Is this like a... What is a long straw? Never seen that word before. Oh, it's a beehive. Okay, so yeah, we make beeswax into panels and then put it together in different orientations and make different pieces. Okay. That's pretty neat. We might make one of those. It also makes waxed flax twine, which doesn't look like it's used for anything. Maybe it's just used for regular stuff. Twine is used for repairing linen frame. Frame rack. Line frame and frame rack. Frame rack is a convenient tool for holding frames that need to be scraped, cleaned, repaired, or filled with frame liner. I'm guessing this is more honey related, or the stuff that these are for. And of course we have the candle. I don't know why it shows candle twice. But anyway, this beeswax is now an item and not a food related thing. So that's going to be with us forever now. But we now have honey. That's just rot. We have a little bit of meat. We have a lot of vegetables. We have grain. So let me open up. my thing that has all of our foods. That's not what I'm looking for. This one. We can make a sausage. Which is just meat turning into more meat. We don't have anything fruit related, so we can't make fruit stuff. And I mistakenly did something here that makes this a little bit harder to see. We could start soaking our soybeans so we can make soy sauce. That just needs a barrel full of water. So let's fight our way out of here. One, two, and three. So we need to make a bunch of barrels. I think I'm gonna try to make 5. How much do I need for a barrel? 3 per barrel. This is barrel rack. Oh, that must make the things that you can put the barrels on its side. Large barrel, barrel with spout, okay. This holds a lot of stuff in it if we want to store it for a long time. I don't think we're doing anything with that. If anything, we do... Actually, we should do soy sauce. This doesn't tell us how to make that. That doesn't tell us how to make that. Okay, so if I do 4 with 4 sticks, that makes a barrel rack. And I need 3 with 4 sticks to make a barrel. So I need 7. There's our barrel first, and then I think it was like this. That does make the barrel rack out of oak. Let's see what this looks like. I'm pretty sure that just holds the barrel sideways. Then we can take it out and place it back in. Okay, but how do I make the large barrel? Because we know all this stuff. I have no idea what the metal barrel is for. And why there's 4 different ways of making it. Oh, I see. They're different. Top barrel rack. So this would be put on top of the other one. Pretty much just cuts it in half. I get it. And we're trying to get to cultured soybeans. But how do we make the large barrel? It doesn't show how to make it. It says it's made out of stone. Hold on a second. I want to see if this is a ruined thing or if I can actually use it. So when I typed it in, it took me to the wiki for how to make a regular barrel. That is not what I was looking for. Oh, right, if we make a full barrel of rot, we can make compost. right now I'm reading into this. Okay, so it looks like I would have needed a another type of mod for food shelves that goes along with culinary artillery, which is what we're using for expanded foods. And that has the large barrel that we're seeing here, or something similar to it. But because I don't have that mod included, it doesn't show us how to make this. Which is okay. So, let's fight our way out of our house. Except for when the guy runs away. There should be a boat's horn over here somewhere. Looks like it may have despawned or just walked away far enough. And what we want to do is move this. Place this down. I'm gonna mine into here. So that I have a place to place down this water. Okay, that's fully sealed. I have water in my pocket. And I think it was a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 soybean, 1 liter into a barrel. So if we have 10 liters, we want 10 soybeans. Where are they at? Okay, there. So if I'm right, oh, that's 50 liters. So I want 50 soybeans. That's how much I want. I can only put 18 in at a time? No, I just can't stack that high. I can't put in 50. Okay, I guess we're gonna do it by 30 then. We'll just put that back in there for now. And what I need to do is get rid of the water that's in here. Okay, that's the 30. We'll pick that back up because I want a water bucket. It's in our pocket. I thought I moved it out. I might sneeze again. 3 days. This will make soaked beans. And once that is soaked, we then bake it. That makes it into roasted beans. Then we add that to the quern and we get powdered roasted beans. Then we add that with 1 grain of our choosing in the crafting grid, and that makes cultured soybeans. We then need wine, or brine, sorry, which is 2 liters of water per 1 piece of salt, so we would need 25 pieces of salt to go along with water to make brine. That's lime water, so we're going to need another barrel. Alright, let's just make like 10 barrels, put them in here. And I guess we should make a bunch of buckets as well. So I think I'll grab the rest of that rope and make as many buckets as I can with that rope. Looks like 9. Now I'm just gonna pick up a bunch of this. Or all of it, I mean. This here. Grab all those. We now have 10 buckets. Not sure why. Oh, that has honey in it. I didn't realize I was holding honey there. Anyway, this won't make a lot of barrels. I already forgot how to make this. Is it sticks down the center and then these? No, it's the other way. It's this down. Oops. This down the center. That makes a lot, but not enough. Oh, we don't have enough sticks in our hand. Sticks are outside. We'll just grab this whole stack there. We should be able to make 3 more barrels with this. And that is our entire inventory full. Let's go place this over here. Do you have anything good? Kind of. Where did that go? I wanted visible. Where did the gear go? It had a rusty gear. Did it despawn before I picked it up? I think the body despawned right when I was trying to collect that gear, which means that the gear itself got deleted as well. Because we had another body over here that I was going to get. That's not there now. Anyway, let's just keep placing in these. Don't know what we're going to use them for. This, I do know we're going to use for... Well, one, let's use one of these for honey. Kind of want to move these around. That's a barrel, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, that's a bucket with honey in it. Alright, let's move this over here. Because now this is empty, and I can put all of this tannin away. Don't know where that went, but okay. So now I have all the buckets in our hand. So this is going to be used just to separate them. This is soybean. We want salt in there, which means I need to put water in there. But I also want a thing with honey. So if I grab this barrel, I'm going to place the honey in here. Just in case it has a spoil rate. Actually, I don't think honey does. In the game or in life. Water. We want to add water to this. Why is it making separate buckets instead of just... Throw that away. Now we need to bring the salt over here. Let's put this down, although we're not going to use it right away. And then I guess we'll leave all of these in a vessel somewhere over here. Two liters per 1 salt. We need 25 pieces of salt. Which is ground up howlite. Which is in here, actually. So we need a couple more pieces. I just need 3, but I think it's 2 per stone that I crack. Yep. Grab that. That's all the salt we need. Wanted to make sure that Shiver wasn't following me. And if we put all of this in here, that immediately turns it into brine. Apparently it turns into salt crystals if we seal it for 10 days. Does that just create more salt? Dryable requires 24 hours. Or we could bake it. This is for expanded foods. So we can either take seawater in a barrel and it'll make a salt crystal, or 5 liters of brine, which takes salt put into it to make it. This dry grinds into salt. Okay, so that's the way that we take salt from salt water. It is expanded food. It is a mod. So halite gives us 2 salt. That's 2.5 halite stones in order for us to make 1 crystal, which then turns into just 1 salt. So that's a major loss, if my math is correct, because it takes 5 liters of brine in order to make 1 salt crystal. So it's worth it if you're taking seawater. It's not worth it if you're doing brine. Anyway, that's ready for the cultured soybeans when we have that. And then that will make a soybean slurry when we combine 1 cultured soybean with 1 liter of brine. And then the only thing we have to do when we have the slurry is to press it, and that will make soy sauce. And then soy sauce can be put in place of honey and syrup. The 3 of them are all the same thing, so if it requires syrup, you can usually put honey, or you can put soy sauce if you have the mod. And that is pretty much just for a sushi roll topping, the soy sauce. We could try and make some rice balls. That would not take too long to make, I don't think. Rice balls are pretty much just grain balls. It doesn't have to be made out of rice. Although the rice is best for the rice balls for saturation and health. First thing we'd have to do is make bread and then put the bread in the quern. So we'd have to make rice bread, put rice bread in the quern. That makes breadcrumbs. Welcome in, Brick Dead. Also known as the first of his kind. Once we have breadcrumbs... Oh, we need fruit syrup. I don't have any fruit. So we can't make rice balls yet. How do we make vinegar? Because we could make salad dressings. Am I spelling vinegar wrong? I am spelling vinegar wrong. created by... Looks like wine and juice perishing. And it looks like you can make even more by adding fruit to vinegar. So if we have 1 liter of vinegar, we add 3 berries to it in 7 days. That makes an extra liter. So we can't make salad dressings. We can, on the other hand, make a salad. That's just 2 vegetables. And then you can add cooked meat on top of it, along with cheese and fruit, salad dressing. You can also add the rice balls to it, which is why I have rice balls there. The whole reason why I'm trying to figure out what we can make right now with this, aside from sushi, that's pretty much the only thing we can make. It's just a waiting game. Because we need the soybeans and the seaweed that's in my hand, which is 18% dried. Drying right in this container. It's a 1 in my hand. Does it go down if it's in here? Drying rate is a 1/4, but it lasts for 23 days. Honestly, I think it would last longer if it's in here. Because I don't know if it's going to dry within 3 days in my hand. We're going to keep it here. We can always go get more seaweed. Seaweed's not something, you know, we can't get. And I think I might put the stone down here. We might replace that one later on. So, aside from... Wait a minute, we can make pasta. We would need flour. We would also need to make a rolling pin. Knife, sticks, log. Let me out. I'm gonna have to do this on all the doors, I think. Unless our torch is keeping this from having snow. Nope, it's not. That'll stop our door from having snow in front of it. Rolling pin. Where's all our wood? Is it up here? It is. We're only gonna need 1 rolling pin. So it was this, sticks, knife. And we need eggs. So we're gonna come over here and grab some eggs from these chickens. I should have brought grain over here to feed them. But anyway, if we just grab all the eggs that we have currently. Where did those 3 eggs just go? I don't know what happened there. Anyway, are they out of food? They are out of food. What about over here? They are also out of food. I am trying to... Oh, that's the boar. The sow's over there. Okay. We need to make some gates to get in there. Which should be made the same way as the fences, just slightly different. So if I just grab this, our saw, make all those planks. How much do I have left? I have like a whole stack. Stop right about there. It's probably going to be sticks in a different orientation. No, not there. Fence gate. That I can only make 2. I do want more than 2. Didn't know I had 63 pieces of grass on me. I am trying to figure out where this twine is going to go. There we go. And this beeswax, I guess, would have to be in the chest over at home. Or over at the food area. How do I make double chests for the runes? Oh, I need nails in it. That's why I have so many of these. I am getting distracted. But for a good reason. I think I want to bring 4 double chests with us. So I need 8. So I need 2 more. Which would be 16 pieces, right? That makes 8 chests, 4 double chests. Which should be more than enough to run around in ruins. And now all we need to do is grab enough of these for us to make the gate fences. Or fence gates. That's fence. I don't have enough sticks. That's enough for that. Let's go over to our food, crack these eggs, grab some grain for the animals, because they won't mate if we don't give them food. So I want flax, and I don't know if that is enough, so let's grab that amount. I need a bucket for this. Where do you put it? Eggs get cracked into buckets. Place it right here. And then if we want partial? No, we want egg portions, which is the full egg cracked. There is something that requires not a full egg. I'm trying to look for that because it's like egg whites only or something. And we could make scrambled eggs. If we put that into like a cooking pot or something. That would make 2 eggs without having to crack it. Unless what I wrote down means egg portion, not egg, which would be us cracking it into the barrel. Egg white. Okay, for vinegar, or for the salad dressings, it needs egg white, which would be the partial crack, which would separate them into 2 buckets. So what we want to do with this is a full crack, which is Control Shift. And then we have eggshells. Oh, which gets nitrogen. So that's a fertilizer. Okay. What I wanted this for is for making dough. Or for making... pasta. That's what I'm looking for. We need flour and an egg portion. We should have brought the corn over here. So, since we have to come back to the house for the corn, we might as well go to the farms first and feed our animals. As well as change some of the fences for gates. Now, I should have made 2 of these gates maple just to match this. But I don't think it's going to matter too much that it's not the same. It does show it off where it is more. Can I not put another fence above it? I guess I was in front of it. Okay, I have to go in here. Each trough gets 8 pieces. Alright, let's hope that the pigs don't run out. Or try to attack me. Did they just come over here to eat? Wow, they did. Huh. And I ran out. Okay, so maybe each trough does not do... That's a boar. He shouldn't attack me. The sow is ready to mate, but hasn't. I don't know what they need in order to mate. I thought they just have to be proximity or something. Maybe they need a certain amount of food between the 2 of them? I don't know. Anyway. Let's go put these fences back. As well as putting the planks away, because we don't need the planks on our hand. In our hand, I mean. Grab the quern. Oh, right, we meant to, make glass as well, so we need fire clay. Calcine flint. No. Wait, didn't we just find fire clay somewhere? We can go dig it up. Where we found the borax. We're gonna do that next. This. Wait. Oh, right, I had more maple in here. This is going to go over with the rest of the rot. Since we're close to a stack here, we might as well make some fertilizer. That's lime water. Let's put all of this in here and seal it up. In, what did that say? In 20 days, that'll make a 1/4 stack of stuff. So this is going to be for green. Okay, so rye and spelt seem to have the same saturation. We're keeping rice for the rice-related stuff, and amaranth is another type of grain. Since that's the smallest amount, let's use this because we're not gonna make a lot of dough right now. I think that would just take too long for us. Anyway, there is an applin in chat if anyone wants a dragon-type Pokemon that looks like an apple. And it has a expansive evolution tree, where when you use different apple items, it makes different types of evolutions. I think in its entire tree it has 4 evolutions. I know it has 2 from Sword and Shield. Then Scarlet and Violet introduced a 3rd option, which then has its own evolution, so that makes a 3 evolution tree just in Scarlet and Violet. But in total, Applin itself can evolve into 4 different Pokemon. I think Pokemon that do that are pretty cool. What were we doing? We have the egg portion in here, or liquid chicken egg. It says it's fresh for a certain amount of time. And that looks like it's going down very fast. Do I need to put this in containers? Maybe. Anyway. 0.1 liter of egg for 1 flour. So we have the exact amount that we need. That's 0.7 liters. We have 7 amaranth. That was not planned. How do we do this? One flour. Oh, this might need a, specific thing. What is it called? Is it, frying pan? No, does it have the word pan in it? Saucepan, that's what it's called. No, it's not. Okay, back to the word pan. I'm pretty sure it has the word pan in it. There it is. It is saucepan, it's just one word. Okay. We could make a wooden pan for right now. That's just... looks like a knife and a piece of wood. When we get into making the top floor of the house, we will make the clay ones. So I need 1 piece of wood. That should allow us to do what I'm trying to do. And I don't know if this has to go on a fire. That apparently is a food. Wooden pan is probably for something else, which I've never done, so let's try it. We need a little bit of water. Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was for. Okay, so what we're doing right now is panning the bony soil, which could give us some interesting stuff. We can get rare items from this. Do I have to look in the water for it to pan? I think I do need to look in the water for it to start. What did that give us? If it gave us anything, it didn't give us something new. They gave us a flint arrowhead. We're only going to do one block, by the way. Congrats, Jane, on catching the applin. That gave us a second bone. Alright, ooh, we got rusty gear from all that. That's pretty neat. Okay, so that's what this is. In order for us to continue with our food, we're gonna need something else. We do have a lot of money, apparently. Let's throw this in there. And this over here. I need clay. And we need to make 2 saucepans. One is going to be motorized. And the other one we're going to need for anything that isn't motorized. So let's hope that the eggs that we have cracked stay good long enough. Because I don't know how well they're going to be. Okay, that one's done. And that one's done. So now we have to make a pit kiln for these. Over here has no grass. Actually, yeah, we'll just do it over here. I'll do it here and here. Should be able to go like this, and that. No, it should have did it the other way. This way, when I delete the dirt from up here and place it back in the ground, it's the soil that was first there. Okay, now we need a bunch of grass from our storage. You can go back in there. Maybe the grass is up here. Nope. Is it this one? Nope. That's thatch. It was the very first one. This goes in there. Then we need sticks. Which I didn't think I'd have enough after I placed these in, so I grabbed another pile. How close is this? 28% dried, and it is at 2 days left. We might have to put it in storage. Anyway, we're gonna grab 8 pieces of peat, because each one of these only needs 4. And then we need to grab a torch. Light both of these up. It looks like it melts the snow, but I don't know if that's actually a game mechanic or not. I just didn't know why this would have went down by 1. But anyway, these will be ready in 16 hours. Which would be like 8 in the morning, I think. We have 7 hours left of this day. Oh, it's 9 in the morning. Okay. I came in here for... Why did I come in here? I don't remember. Because we need those saucepans for this. I think it was just to check how quickly this is going down. It actually stopped. It says it's fresh for 30.8 days. I think it might be okay now. This is at 2.3 days now. Soybeans are at 15 hours. And nothing else is going to be prepared for us yet. So, we need to go collect that fire clay, which I think is over here, right? That's the salt. That's the fire clay. So let's head towards there. I'm going to keep the rest of this stuff on me. I should probably grab some vegetables while we're here. Now, we could make a salad out of just cutting up some of these vegetables, but I'm going to try to avoid doing that. We have turnips the most, so let's go and eat some of the turnips. Okay, since we are going to be running around in winter on our area, we may run into heating issues where we start taking damage due to freezing. Hopefully when we get out of this snowstorm, that doesn't happen. But I don't know if just ambient temperature matters or if we need to be in a snowstorm before we start freezing. I know at some point I'll get an icon on my person at the bottom that will say our internal temperature. So I don't know how it works. Anyway, this shouldn't take us too long to get over there. We already know where it is. Let's not go into the water. I didn't know that we had even more cranberry bushes out here. I think I hear running water. I also think I see a ruin right here. Which I do. Let's see if there's anything over here. Oh, we're getting to something. So Percuss explained to me that if you're in a ruin and you dig down and you see dry stone, that is an indication of there being a ruined room. So if you keep looking around, you should be able to find an opening to it. It should be able to be just dug into. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I was on the wrong spot. But why is there this over here? That's just cobblestone. So if I go in through here, and we climb all the way down here, we find a ruin. Which has no chest, really? Nothing in here at all? That was a waste. Did all that digging for nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna block this all off again. That's the best I can do for now. Let's put that there so that we can hide all this and continue going over to this area. There is a Clawwitzer in chat if anyone wants a oh, almost fell into that cave. What would that be? Like a crab with a really big arm on one of them? Hello, trader. I feel like I've seen you before. I have seen you before. And he was Quill. And you're a treasure hunter. That did not want to tell me what you are willing to trade for. We can give them bread. We can give them tools. We can give them a wolf pup, apparently. We can give them the linen sacks when we're done. So let's go to here. Treasure hunter trader. Why are they so loud? Wait. He's selling a temple gear. I wonder if that's common between that type of trader. Anyway, I have to go uphill, not downhill. You know, what was that? What is big dom-doms? I don't know what that means. Did I miss something in chat? Ignore that? Okay. I just didn't know if there was something that I missed. Why did that look like it had stone? Because it's gravel. So we're not freezing to death yet. That's more larch. Which I am kind of surprised that we're not... Oh, we might get bit. Luckily, we climb uphill faster than animals do. Even a bear. You can lose a bear by just climbing up rocks. Fortunately, the bears do run faster than you, so they can catch up to you in a straightaway. The other way to get away from animals that are trying to attack you is to just go in water, because you also swim faster. There is a lot of larch out here. I wonder if that's a specific biome. A large tree forest. I don't even know if we're going the right way anymore. We're going the correct direction, but I don't know if this is the easiest way to get there. I figured instead of us continuing to use our clay to make fire clay, we might as well dig up the fire clay we found. And this is the glacier area. Where's there's running water? It must be underneath the ground, not on top. Alright, let's not fall like that. Jeez. I was gonna slowly go down the hill. Okay, we are getting closer because I can see the a map changing for a desert area, which starts bottom of this hill. Which we are now in. So we should be seeing that the temperature goes up a little bit. But instead, it's at -12, and our body temperature is now -2.3. I think what I want to do is go south from here, so I'm not going up and down these steep cliffs. Whoa! That's a cave entrance. Okay, we're starting to shake. We're starting to get the overlay changes on the corners of the screen. If you guys look at the bottom right of the screen, you can see that the corner has a little bit of something frozen to it. Although the temperature did raise in the area, we are at -6 now instead of -12. Is that more brown? That's tin. We don't need tin. I'm ignoring that. Oh, that was brown coal. I wonder if they coded elevation to do something different. Obviously, elevation on a mountain gives the glacier stuff, but I wonder if the temperature drops. Like in real life, when you go uphill. I mean, it's at -13 right now. I'm waiting until we start getting damage before I go into a cellar. Because if you make a cellar room by just digging down and then putting dirt above you, that alone can warm you up enough for you not to be freezing to death without needing a fire. A cellar is colder than having a fire, so it'll take longer for it to heat you up, but it's at least a simple way of doing it if you don't have any wood on you. So I'm hoping when we go into this cave with the fire clay, we might warm up a little bit. Should be close, I'm just having a hard time going west. Hey, there's the trader that's nearby the clay, at least. We're starting to see on the map all the places that we went looking for salt and didn't find it. Oh, resin. Alright, I want to see if this orange dot that I'm running to on the map has more resin on it. That's not a resin. Okay. It was orange enough that I thought it was the resin. I do want to go over to this trader, which I already lost. So I have to use the mini-map to find out where it is. I want to mark what kind of trader this guy is. McCree, why do I feel like I've seen agricultural supplier? Again, we can sell him linen sacks. Ooh, and soybeans. Wolf pup. And he will sell us a liter of honey, blue cheese, wax cheese. We might come back to this guy, because his goods change in 3 days. Okay, I already did write this as food. And I want him marked forever. Alright, now the thing that I don't know is where we went down to get into this cave. And we are at -6 degrees on our body temperature, so we might start taking damage due to the temperature alone. what I need to do is find where in the world we went down. I mean, I did put where the height of the fire clay is, so we could just dig down to it. I remember digging into the side of a hill. Wait, what if we go over the icon itself, which actually is in the water? Okay, let's get a little bit of dirt so I can cut off the water once we get in there. Can I move? Why am I stuck? Down the hole. Block it off. I think it said 88. So we do have to dig down, but if you guys look at the bottom left of the corner, somehow we just went from a cellar to being in a house, or in a room. So we should be warming up. We already are warmed up by 0.4 degrees. It says the outside temperature here is -3. We're no longer in a house, but we should still be warming up. Okay, here's the black coal. That leads us to the fire clay. So let's just mine this all out. Actually, fire clay is going to fill us up quite fast. We might throw the dirt on the ground. Well, we're definitely not going to keep the stones on us. And it looks like this black coal comes in layers. What I should have did was left the water open so I could get out of here quicker. Where is that hole? 2 blocks past here, so that would be right here. Which would then go down to here. How did we get out of here? Because we came all the way down here. That's more lead. We're gonna pick up this lead. Lead for the glass. I'm just gonna throw his gravel down there. We don't need that. That is a big chunk, so let's do that. That should get all the normal ones. It's more black hole, more fire clay. That's the second portion. And then we get to where we were making the long lines looking for salt. But if I get to the end of this, I should have a way out. Let's just do this, so I'm not getting anyone sick by slowly turning around. Okay, so this entrance was just not in the same chunk I was in. How high up is this? This is going slower than me just turning. Sorry, everyone. Hopefully this doesn't get you sick. And the reason why I couldn't see that is because alright. Back in here. Too many things shooting at me. Anything that I can get rid of that I don't want? Yes. Quite a bit, actually. But now I have that dirt tower there, so I know where to go. I also know that it's now the chunk below the fire clay icons. Good luck on catching the Delcatty. I think there might be some drifters following me down this staircase. Oh, I meant to go up there so I can break the dirt for the water. Let's get ready to fight off these drifters. Their body really makes a spot that I can't get past. Right, book it. Don't stop, I see another cave entrance. Oh, where is it? Where's the opening? Let me in! No! I wanted to get more. That's okay. We did get some fire clay, so it doesn't matter. This in there? I want that, though. Let's put that in there. Okay, that got rid of the stone. Then that goes in there. This goes there. We need more space, which I just don't have right now, so I'm gonna have to hold on to that. This is almost 50% dried. Still has 2 more days. Okay, where did the large stack of dirt... Oh, it's in my pocket. Do I need all the sandstone? Probably not. It's going in there for now. Okay, we were doing fire clay for... Where's it at? Oh, we're gonna need an oven. Should probably make an oven. The ovens can only be made out of fire clay, so there's no point in us using the other clays. I think for right now, I'll only make 1, but we're probably going to want more than 1 later on. And this is probably going to take a lot of fire clay. I might end up using all of the current fire clay. Total required 62 pieces of fire clay. We're definitely using all of the fire clay that's on us. This apparently takes almost a whole stack. And if we look right here, that should show us the whole clay being made. Or the whole oven. This should be the opening for it, I mean. Luckily, by the time that we go back over to the fire clay area, We'll have more space in our inventory, and also it'll be daytime. I don't remember how tall these are, voxel-wise. I think it might be 5 voxels tall before it starts doing a roof to it. Don't really remember. All I know is that we need more than 34 pieces. We need another 26. No, 16. Do I have more than one stack? No, I only have one. Okay. We should probably check on the leather before we leave. So I'm pretty sure the first barrel with the weak tannin is done. Can I just... There we go, that's a little bit quicker. I didn't think of that until just now. I don't know how many layers up this goes. I can keep doing it. We will just have to switch to this now. I think at this point it starts curving in. So we'll do the same thing, and then we'll use the autofill to fix it. Because we should get the voxels back from deleting the clay from the other spots. Right now it says 24, it should go up to 25, and so on. Let's stand up now. I think it's identical. And that's all the clay. So that didn't make the whole oven. We're definitely going to need more. I feel like I have too much random stuff on me. So we're going to put some stuff away in here. As though it's a general storage. It's still not done? It's really 0.1 days away. Do we wait? We're gonna wait a little bit. That's almost at halfway. Alright, so let's put beeswax in there. This is still going well. Put that in there, this in there, this in there, this in there, this in there. That could have gone into a different storage, actually. Alright, we'll leave like this. After I put the dirt into this barrel. Nope, this one. Nope. Way over here. Get rid of it. Alright, let's head back over. Actually, our steel shovel is almost broken. And that saucepan is almost done. Do I have another shovel over here? I do not have another shovel. I also don't have a spare pick on me. So let's make 2 picks and 2 shovels. This shouldn't take too long. You guys can't see because I have to change the camera angle, but on the cat tree, in the little camera, you can't really see Mama, but she is right there next to the black box on top of my table, which is the printer. Above her is Paintbrush, so if you look at my camera now, this opening right here, Mama is in there, and Paintbrush is up here. Just outside camera view. It must be their nap time. Yeah, this is almost ready. And I don't think the Anvil tiers do anything with like speed, but I know it only allows you to do certain things on them. So we need shovel. Shovel number 2. That's not a pick. That's a pick. One pick. Just want to make sure I was clicking on the right thing. And the second pick. Then by the time we're done placing the 2 picks and one of the shovels down on the floor, that leather should be ready for the next portion of tanning. I don't know where that shiver is. But it does worry me that it's that close to the surface that we can hear it. These 3 are getting placed down. Can I not place you there? I guess I can't. Go there instead. Okay, so we have an extra shovel for when this one breaks. We have an extra pick. We have a copper spear. Excuse me. Gonna hit the button quick enough. We have an extra spear before we get in. That's the ornate silver. Alright, we have tin bronze, ornate silver spears. We have the sights for when we actually start getting into farming when it gets warm enough again. And we are ready to go. Oh, these are done, by the way. Raiders? Who's raiding? Why can't I see names? Is that Regus? Hold on. Welcome in, Raiders. I see now that it is Regus. No. Okay, it's not Regus chat. Welcome in, well-bred. For those that don't know me, my name is Codeman9000. On this stream, we play all of my games in a specific order to show off mankind's progression through technology, where we did a group of games based off of medieval survival city builder stuff. We did one on modern city builder games and things that go along with modern city stuff, like Prison Architect for a prison. And now we're in a space travel version where our main game is auction not included, but right now, with the help of the dream journals that are part of Auction Not Included. We are in a dream where we're playing Vintage Story. Today, we're in the winter. We're running around doing different things related to food, and also getting fire clay so we can make windows for this building. Down here is our little storage room, so in all these vessels are all of our vegetables and grain. In here is just going to be our barrel room and buckets. Up top, another floor with all these holes in the wall is going to be where our processing stuff is. So fruit presses, querns, automated saucepans, stuff like that. Don't know what I'm using this for. I have a barrel in here for some reason. Don't remember why we have that. It has been about... Oh, it's for blood. For the animals that get hooked up here. Normally we don't stream on Saturdays, but because I was unable to stream yesterday and this past Wednesday, 3 days ago, due to work-related delays caused by the weather, we are streaming today and tomorrow at our usual time, 10 a.m. EST to 2 p.m. And I came in here to look at the leather. That's ready. I don't remember how much this takes. Okay, so it's not switching. So this takes 4 liters per piece, which means we need 28 liters. Which means I need empty bucket. Where do we place them? Empty bucket. We want to take out 2 buckets. And then only put 8 back into there. Or no, we should have just said 8 in here. Wait a minute. There we go. It'll make more sense once this is sealed. Whoops. Okay, so if we open this up, put that in, that will turn into 14 pieces of leather? Really? I thought it was going to be like half of this makes the leather. Like it's 2 hide per leather. So we're going to get 14 pieces of leather in 4.5 days. This is also at half the length. Depends on the size. Yeah, I just thought that anytime you use a hide, it wouldn't give you a 1-to-1 ratio. That it would give you less than that. I mean, that is medium. So I guess the small hides give you a 1-to-1 ratio, and then it goes incrementally larger. I didn't look into that. But anyway, we have soybeans in here making soaked soybeans. At some point down the line of this food preparation, it goes into this brine. And then at some point it goes into another barrel, and we make soy sauce. That's going to be joined with the seaweed down the line, which is then going to make a very healthy amount of sushi rolls. And we needed that for the rice, the grain, and the eggshells. I'm pretty sure... Didn't mean to do that. Okay, good, I can pick that up. I meant to... I think I need to put on a fire pit. And the only one we have is in front of our house. It's a scaled size of a barrel. If a full barrel of hide could be a larger amount. Okay, well, Brett, that makes a lot more sense in my head, honestly. So no matter what, you're always going to get 24 leather out. But it is a 1-to-1 ratio with small hide. 1 small hide equals 1 leather. And then everything else is like half of it. Exponentially, I guess it would be. If we put this saucepan in here, And then all this egg and all of this. That didn't work right. I think it's because this is too much. Where did it go? Okay, it isn't here. Can I add in small amounts with the bucket? I don't think I can. I think I can only do that. Then why am I only able to put 4? Alright, we're gonna go back and forth a little bit here. Don't remember if those are the right numbers. It's still a close enough representation that it made it easier for me to understand. We're also making compost in this. Our first 16 pieces of compost. And the thing that we're currently working towards is getting fire clay because we found it on the map. Okay, that got water in it. Is that gonna keep getting water in it? It is. That's pretty cool, though. You can get water from putting barrels out in rain or snow. Okay, that's still not going up. I want to do this. You go here. Okay, I wanted to... The eggs in there. I meant to only put 3. Why is that only doing the whole thing? Oh, it's 0.7. I think I need a bowl. I was thinking that was liters, not point liter. That still picked up all of it. But now I should be able to do it in small increments, though. No? Oh, there it goes. And that should have made dough. Or do I have to cook it? I didn't write down if I have to cook it. No, this just has me mixing it together. Is there a thing called a mixing bowl? You are a long lineage of bakers. You should know how to make dough. I've never made dough. Is there a thing called a mixing bowl in here? Ah, that's what I'm doing wrong. What did I forget to add? I forgot to add a stick. Alright. Let's just pick all this stuff up. We're gonna make both of these a mixing bowl because one of them is gonna be powered later down the line. Add this back in here. No, now it goes into the crafting bench. No? I am actually a little confused here. I want to try this first before I place it down on the ground. Did not work. Okay. Let's go in here so I'm not getting cold. If I place you down, and I like click on you. Do these only work if powered? I think I may have wanted one saucepan and one mixing bowl. You can manually do it. That's what I thought, but it's not opening up. Oh, I was clicking on the wrong spot. That makes sense. Okay, I didn't mean to put the whole thing. I guess I can, though. Can I do that? No. How do I get that 0.1 liter out? There we go. We just need to do one, then I can add the rest in. And this is all the eggs that we had at the moment. So we can make more later on, but this is all we have. And that should say pasta dough once it's all done, which we then need to use the rolling pin, which is in the other building. And we're gonna need to then cut it with our knife. We then need to cook it with water. How do you cook with water? Can I put a bucket of water in a fire? How would I cook this? Oh, a saucepan or a mixing bowl. Look at that, we can. This is what happens when we let people play games at will. They have no idea how to cook later. It's true, well bred. Alright, so this is a 1-to-1 ratio of water to dough, which is going to make cooked pasta if we were cooking it. Give me this. Okay, you're gonna be our best friend. How do I pick you up without breaking you? I guess I have to break you. Let's grab the stuff needed to make a fire pit inside the other place. So I just need to grab some firewood. We're gonna keep using the H firewood until it's completely gone. And over here... where you just thought that food just magically appeared in the game. Okay, so we have pasta dough. We need the rolling pin, which I placed in here because we had too much stuff in our pocket. That makes flattened pasta dough. Throw that back in here. Then we cut it up. Pasta noodles. That wasn't meant to go in the storage. Alright. I really don't want it to be cooked down here. This is pretty much just our storage area, so let's grab our quern. How do we make this motorized? I forget. I did it once and I don't remember. Put on a table. Does that have to be marbled? I feel like it doesn't have to be marble. It doesn't. I was just looking at the thing that had marble on it. That's just a wood table. Okay. Let's make a table. We might as well make the motorized portion of it, so we have it ready for us later on. This isn't going to expire rapidly, is it? 6 days. Alright, in here we have our oak. I don't remember how much is needed for a table. Welcome in, Willow. You just messed with muffins. Oh, Willow, I just remembered since the noise went off, we never got around to making your walk-on noise. So I need wooden table. Okay, it's a Minecraft pants of wood, if that makes sense. There we go. This can go back on here. I think you told me previously that you had something in mind that you were going to send me. But then we both got busy. That isn't the right table. Or else this would have been working. No. Definitely isn't because of the square I'm putting it on. Which is fine. Let's do it this way. Nope. Press the wrong button. How do I make... I can't make that. Okay. Oh, I forgot the axle and the saw. I should have an axle in here somewhere. We recently just moved our chest, so not everything is in a spot that I know where it is. Because I would have had it with this. Did we never make an axle? I don't think we made an axle. Yeah, we did not make an axle, and I don't remember how to make those. I think it's just resin and wood. It's fat and wood. Ooh. I think I have that blueprint. Chandler, Weaver. None in there. Just so I know where that is. Ah, we might not have it with us right now. Alright, we're gonna make one axle without it then. I need one piece of fat, I think. It's hammer, chisel, wood, fat. Wood. I don't think it has to be in this order. I do it like that anyway. That's 2 axles. And then I need the saw, which means I have to put this down. I didn't have to throw it on the floor, I just wanted to. Grab the saw. Now we put table, mixer, saw, axle. I don't think that was the right order. There we go. We got there in the end. Right. Did I have any spots open on these? I do not. That's why we're using the other place for storage. I'm gonna just have to put one of these down, which we're saving for ruins. Because I'm not gonna keep going over to our food storage to put random stuff away. Is there anything else I need to put away? That's an extra bucket, which we have over there on purpose. It's meant to be over there. This, I'm scared that it's going to expire before it's dried. We did go up about 30% within day 2, before it said day 1. But now we're at 56%, and so we still have a day. I think we're going to have to put in the, No, that does the same thing. If we put in the vessels, it'll have 26 or 20-something days, and the dry rate would be the same as in a trunk. Okay, this goes in there. All this we need to bring over here. What I kept walking around inside the middle of the house was a oven that we haven't finished because we don't have fire clay. And since I don't know where these are going to be placed forever, we're just going to place them down. And let me catch up in chat now that I'm not focusing on that. A Minecraft pathway. How many yards is that? It's at least 2 yards. You don't have anything you have in mind? If you have something that you want to use, you can send it to me. Otherwise, I can make it as well. Because Small Town Sophie and Regus are the only two that have custom walk-ons. Sophie's walk-on is from a TikTok. Regus has 7 different files from the 1986 Transformers movie. We're just going to do temporary fire right here. I need a torch. Are we ready to cook this? So once I start doing this, there's no going back. Put this in there. Why is that not giving us... what am I doing wrong here? Saucepan in here. And how do you cook with this? Do I have to put fire in there? Or something burnable? Something burn... That's not where it goes. I've never used this powered, so I don't know actually how it works. I made it on the server. I never powered it. I know the quern. Because I do have to cook it. Yeah, it does. It definitely goes from raw pasta with water to cooked pasta. But I think I need a saucepan for that, which means that we would have to make a whole nother saucepan. I can use it like the quern? Yeah, I've wrote down mixing bowl for this. And I don't think I was supposed to have put mixing bowl. I am right-clicking on the bowl, currently. With an empty hand. Still not doing it. I mean, that's the bowl itself. And I was doing it like the quern where the bottom portion is the actual bowl. I think I wrote down something I didn't need to write down. I think it's supposed to be on a saucepan. With a cooking pot. Oh my god, I need to read my entire thing. I forgot the cooking pot. You can do it in the mixing bowl, but you need the cooking pot either way. Maybe we say it 3 more times. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm not reading chat, I'm sorry. That's why I had that there. You're still not doing it. I wrote down that I can do it in a cooking pot, in a saucepan, or a mixing bowl. But it's not doing anything here. And I'm purposely trying not to go on the Wikipedia to search it. Left click? No, left click goes to break it. I'm trying to catch up on chat just in case you guys told me how to do it. Yes, well, if you remember what you wanted to use as your walk-on, I'll use it for sure. It's up to you what you want as your walk-on. It's me a cooking pot. Willow redeems, put your glasses back on. One raw pasta, 1 liter of water. We have 3 raw pasta, 3 liters of water. But for some reason I wrote, use it, cook it in a cooking pot within the saucepan or mixing bowl. And I don't think I'm supposed to be using a mixing bowl. I think I need a saucepan for this. You want to learn something, you look at... I'm trying not to do that. I wrote down notes back when I was on the server, and I'm trying to reuse my notes from, like, half a year ago. Stop yelling at me! Oh, placing more down. Let's just go over to the fire. Like I assumed... Can I not have the mixing bowl icon? There we go. Okay, I didn't mean to put all that in there. Okay, now I can at least do that. You're killing me, Smalls. Why did I write down saucepan or mixing bowl? I've made pasta. That's why I knew I needed to put it on a fire from the beginning, but then I got confused by mixing bowl. I'm changing that. There, now it says fire pit on my notes. Wait it. Take these away. The aged wood shouldn't catch on fire. Because it's viewed as more of a stone in the game as far as I can tell. Since we have our cellar with aged wood floors. I didn't think I was going to need all three. Maybe just another one. And then this makes cooked pasta. If we add one cooked pasta with one cooked meat, also with one piece of lettuce, we can make pasta with noodles. I'm pretty sure 2 pieces of wood is going to be enough to cook all 6 of them. Do these expire? I forget again. They don't expire. So if needed, I could keep this in my pocket forever. Serve pot with hot pasta. Put that there. Next. Oh, now I see what the note was for. So I had written down cooked pasta, and then right below it I did the saucepan mixing bowl confusion thing. That was supposed to be for the next step. Which was to add the noodles. Not like this, but in a pot. A pot down here. Add the cooked meat next to it with the lettuce. And then if we had cheese, we could do that next. And if we had oil, we could do that. I'm gonna guess that I have to take the pasta out in bowls in order for me to put it in there. Because that would be 1 serving. I don't have cooked meat yet. I do have lettuce, though. How do I make oil? Seed oil. Let's do flax oil. Created by really? Juicing grain gives you oil? I'm guessing they're all made the same way. Yeah, by juicing it. Wow, that is surprising to me. Alright, that wouldn't take too long to make. We're obviously not going to try to make cheese because I don't have milk. The note said, kill Willow with not understanding noodles. Do you mix your dry pasta with your sauce and veggies in the mixing bowl before putting it in a saucepan? No. This was a dangerous question to ask, and I applaud your courage. What do you... Was it because I didn't know how to cook it in the game that you thought I did it that way? Okay. Just bully coded time now. Let's get some meat. This would have 6 portions in it, right? So I would need 6 pieces of meat, which we do have down here. We have to cook the meat first, but then we can use it. I should probably grab the lettuce too. It's stuck. Lettuce would be this one, I think. Nope, first one. That would be... That's 7. That there, we have to cook... I'm not going to hold this while we make the other stuff, but I do want to grab everything and put it where I want it stored now. Is there... Did I leave the bowl in the saucepan? No, it's right here. Two empty buckets for some reason. One of them had water. That's the one with water. These both have water. These are extras which go in here. That saucepan can go in there as well. Beeswax should be in here because that's for closing up the crocks. I just need to refill this with water. We meant to put this in here. You know, no, we should make this the food preparation one. So it's gonna dry out 4 times slower, but it lasts for 10 days in here. Which is a little under 4 times as long. Alright, let's cook this meat. I'm gonna guess 3. It's probably gonna be less than 3. It is just like IRL pasta. It was just my notes confused me. Make noodles, boil noodles, add it to sauce. I know. Why are you making pasta? There's so much easier food. Just because I can, honestly. There's no reason. We're just making the stuff that we can make. And I wanted to make things that were... had a lot of steps in it, I guess. Would be the best way to explain it. Because I am trying to make rice balls. Not rice balls. I'm trying to make sushi with soy sauce. So we have soy sauce down, or we have stuff making soy sauce. Soybeans are queued up. I didn't mean to put all 3 of them in there. We might need more wood. I want to check on the soybeans, by the way. They should be this one. They're almost at 2 days. And then this barrel is going to be a while before we get our leather. And then we have to do a few things with the soybeans before we can put in the brine, but then we put in the brine. Now we actually just have to... When we get the soybeans out of that water, or out of that barrel, we just need to cook it. And then grind it. Then it goes into the soy, the brine. After that, we press it. So we are definitely going to need a press. And I'm not sure if I'm going to need one more piece of wood. I think we're going to cook it before it completely goes out. We don't need to save wood, but I try to if I can. Okay. So we have the 6 pieces of meat. We have the lettuce. I want to try to make the oil. All I need is a fruit press, which we already need to make. And I need space, so you're going to have to go in here. Because that's in the order that I wrote it in my notes. I know for the cooking, the mixing bowl, the first 2 things have to be what it is, and then the third to 5th options are additions to it. So you always need these 2, but you don't need lettuce. Make a fruit press. Okay, maybe it actually is. What is this? I just need a rod. Okay. How many am I gonna want? Seeing how big this room is. Because on Wellbred server I made 2, but I never ended up using 2 of them. Because they get pressed into a bucket, which you can just move the bucket and replace it with something else and keep using the same one. The same press. I guess we'll just start with 1, like we're starting with the other mechanical stuff. I'm gonna make it out of copper, because that's the cheapest thing we have. What the? I just threw it on the ground. To kill Willow, got it? Yep, that's pretty much it. That's the only reason. Why use notes when the handbook is so good? Because I was confused on the handbook, so I had, while on the server, went onto YouTube and was following a YouTube video, so I wrote down different things to make it a little bit easier for me to understand. Until the whole saucepan mixing bowl incident. So I'm definitely gonna have to readjust that. Why does the lantern light up the area so much more than the torch? That's why the lights are flickering. I think I might have to start making a bunch of lanterns out of the extra stuff we have. Okay, do we need to quench this? Maybe. We might as well, since we want to fill the water bucket. So that I have that for later use. And then what I remember needing was the planks, piece of fat. I don't remember what else. I think it was only 4 pieces of planks. Fat's up top. Nope, fat's on the bottom. I knew it was on the right side of the screen, I just didn't know where. Chunks of lead. Right, we don't have enough space here. Now we do. And these shells are going to be used for fertilizer somewhere down the line. Hammer, chisel, 2 resin. Which is in the same spot as the fat, apparently. It must be daytime because it just got brighter in here. Oh, it's more than 4. It's 12 pieces of planks. One fruit press. And we're going to need a special bucket for that, which we have multiple buckets. It's part of the reason why I made 9 buckets. So if I come down here, we're going to grab 1 for the fruit press. We're going to grab 2. I'm going to place 1 next to the fruit press just on the ground, and then we'll use the 3rd one. Should probably, since we're using this for oil, grab the grain now. I'm saving flax for feeding the animals, rice for the rice balls and sushi related stuff, because it's better for those things. So let's use the rye. And I might as well grab a barrel for up there. For us to use right next to it for the oil. Let's put it right here. Bucket. Bucket. How do I open you? Oh, am I putting it in already? This is not the right thing. You can feed the juiced grains to animals. Really? Is there a difference between the oils between the two? Because they do have a different saturation level. Actually, it wouldn't matter because we're giving it to the animals. What am I looking at wrong that won't let me... Oh, I put stuff in there, apparently. I just can't tell. No? That definitely didn't compress anything. I don't know how to use this for the grain. To be honest. Because I thought I click on this portion here underneath the pressing thing. Oh, did I not release this all the way? First I needed to screw that down all the way because it wasn't letting me. There we go, now it's worked. And immediately pressed? Oh no, it just went into a thing because that was all the flax. I get it. That... Do I not have enough? I don't think I had enough for it to do anything, because I don't think it did. Why can't I place this down? There we go. That bucket empty. It should be able to press that, right? Or does it have to be completely full? I'm gonna try it again. I could have just pressed shift and then right clicked for it to release. Do I have to, like, wait or something? I feel like it's already pressed. I'm gonna use a different grain. In the event that this does need more. The bucket is empty, yeah, I did check it. I even waited a few seconds before I took it out, just in case it was a waiting thing. Okay, now I'm not able to put that in. I'm eating it instead. Is this empty? It says empty. You know what, since this keeps popping up. Bucket is empty. Are you not able to... Is there no rye oil? That's not how you spell rye, is it? No. There is no such thing as rye oil. I'm using the wrong grain for that. That may have been the confusion from the beginning. I did see spelt oil. Maybe I didn't. Flax, rice, seed, soy, sunflower, peanut. Yeah, I am using two things that we can't do. So you can make it out of flax. That's okay. Thank you for trying to help, Wilbur. I think I just need to add more flax to that portion and then it would be able to squeeze it. But we would need... Do we use the soybeans? I kind of want to save the soybeans for soy sauce. It says seed oil, but what do you do it with? Juicing any seed. We do have a mod for making a bunch of seeds from vegetables. So we could take our turnips with the knife, make a bunch of seeds out of it. Did I get rid of that mod? I might get rid of the mod. Do I have to leave just to see it, really? I know, but it wasn't juicing the flax. It made a condensed portion of it like it had juiced them, but for some reason it wasn't pressing it and making any juice from it. Seed harvest. I do have it. I just didn't do it correctly. You can juice flax grains. It was letting me. It wouldn't let me put it in it if it wasn't going to work, would it? I'm actually genuinely curious on that. I just got bugged. Maybe it'll work after I reload. We'll try that same portion of it before I do the seeds. I do see what I was doing wrong with the words. With the vegetables, I do see what I did wrong mod related to get the seeds. Alright, so if I go back to the flax and it's not in a paste. That's not the right one. No, it's still in a paste. Because it says when I put this into the fruit press, it'll make flax oil. So for flax itself, you definitely put the grain in. But when this bottoms out the press, like usually there's an animation, and it doesn't seem like they're connecting at all. Like I'm looking at the pressing portion, doesn't look like it connected. I am doing it wrong. It does have to be the flax seeds. Then why does it say it is how I make it? Alright, well. At least we have this for animals. That's why I'm confused, Willow. Because it says that's how you make it. It says when juiced turns into 2.5 flax oil. This is wet flax mash. It has not been juiced yet. That's why I'm confused. How is it partially juiced if there's nothing in the bucket? Like, at the top of the screen it says empty and there's no color inside the bucket. This is wet flax mash, and it does say when juiced, it'll turn into flax oil. I am listening to you. I'm just explaining why I'm confused. I just figured maybe after a reload it would work. I want that barrel there for the oil. I'm gonna put this back in here. Maybe use it later. When I put in the grains, that's what I got out of it. I got wet mash from putting in grains. I don't have any more grains to put in. The text is wrong? Okay. That's why I'm assuming I needed to put more grains on top of that because it wasn't being pressed at all, and it looked like it wasn't... With the voxels, it wasn't making contact with the pressing thing. Like how it's not touching the wood right now. It looked like there was a portion of it that wasn't connecting with it. I'm gonna use a bunch of my turnips now and make seeds out of them. Before I do this, am I able to do the oil from these seeds? From turnip seeds? And how many do I need? Do I need a whole stack? I'm gonna see if it tells me. I don't think it's gonna tell me exactly how many seeds I need. Yeah, it just says, you know what? I just have... yeah, the fruit press notes actually explains it the way that I'm thinking it's working. You can only use the fruit press if it's at least half full. Anything less will get put into the squished material, so I didn't have enough flax in there. Making oil from seeds is wasteful, never did it. A whole stack is always best. We just have a lot of turnips, so I figured I'd at least try it for a little bit of oil. grab another thing with turnips. We have enough food that we're gonna last the whole winter, so I'm not worried about how much we have. Alright, when I get more flax in the next year, I will finish off that paste. Make some flax oil from that. Now it said something about holding shift. Had a whole stack. That's definitely more than I had flax. And my earbuds just died, so we're getting close to 4 hours. There we go. Now, is that completely done? I don't remember how long I had to wait. I'm assuming that's done because it's not changing. Now we have 5 liters of seed oil. Put that back there. We also have this, which we can give to our animals. Some animals might still eat this. I will give that to the chickens first. And I'm guessing that this should probably be down in the basement instead of up here. I'll just place it right here. Still gonna keep this bucket up here though. I can get up here. There we go. And let's grab our water bucket. Alright. That, I think, actually should have been upstairs because we need to bring all this stuff back upstairs now. That's gonna go in there for now. Notes. The other thing we don't have is cheese, and we only need 0.1 liters of oil, so I'm gonna want a bowl for that oil. So let's go grab our bowl from over here. I do have 2 bowls already made. But we're gonna have to spend maybe tomorrow doing another mass pit kiln, where we make just a bunch of things. We eat these turnips, so I'm not getting hungry. Okay. Probably need an empty cooking pot, don't I? Let's go grab our other cooking pot. I should have 5 from what I remember. We made a stack of 4 and then we found one in a ruin, so I should have 5. Oh, I have 6 apparently. We'll grab all of them. Might as well check to see if I have any extra bowls. What's this? Slab. No bowls there. More slabs. It's engineers. Okay. We don't have any more bowls. For right now, I am just going to place these on the floor, but I am going to make a storage place for them later on. This goes there. I need the oil. Can I just grab a liter out of this? I remember how to do it at first. Okay, so in here we have 1 portion of pasta, 1 meat, 1 vegetable. This doesn't seem right. I was able to grab it out of the bucket. I have to do the bucket on top. One liter seed oil. Wrong thing. There we go. I want just... Nope. Nope. I already forgot to control to place it on 1 liter. There we go. 0.1. Oh. There we go. And then that should make cooked pasta? I feel like that's wrong. I think I have to take this out of the bowl. I don't know how to get this out of the bowl. Control doesn't do anything other than pick it up. Shift doesn't do anything. Me just placing it in there doesn't do it. Is it 2 pieces of meat, maybe? No, because I would have put down meat twice. What if I take the lettuce out? Right clicking doesn't do anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try it with the unpowered version, see if it does anything different. Where'd it go? Nope, that's not gonna do it. Lettuce. Not all of that. There we go. Definitely isn't supposed to be in the bowl. I don't know how to get the food out of the bowl. Do you guys know how to get it out of the bowl? I doubt placing it down on the ground and doing something to it would do it. I don't want to accidentally eat it. I don't think there's another way to get it out of the crock pot without using the bowl. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, chat. the ball on the ground. So that just puts it into a different container if we had a glass bottle. I'm cheating and I'm looking at the YouTube video now. He used a saucepan and a fire pit, not a crock pot.
Most importantly,
Oh.
using
There goes the headphones. Give me a second while I change to a different headphone and figure out what the heck I should have done. I messed up the pasta, so what I just made was 6 servings of regular pasta. And we can't use the other stuff yet. Can I pick this up, please? There we go. Put that away. I'm just going to leave this right next to it. And we will eat this now. That's an empty bucket. Which goes in here. I would put that in there if I had a space for it, so instead it's just going to go on the ground. Alright. Headphones. You guys can't hear a thing. Give me just a second. Once I put the headphones in, I'll switch it over to the game playing through the microphone. And then you guys should be able to hear it again. Not sure why OBS doesn't automatically switch it. Alright, it's not OBS, it's the game. There you go. Now you guys can hear again. I was looking at the YouTube thing. Forgot what I was doing wrong. Yep. I was supposed to do it in a saucepan and then use a cooking pot later on. So let's make one more. Grab this. We're gonna have to make another pit cone. I probably have enough of both. Hold on a second, he just got to the point where he had the stuff. So yeah, the YouTube video, he uses a saucepan with the noodles and the water into a fire pit. That cooks it just like the cooking pot does, but you get a handful of noodles instead of a pot of noodles. Okay. Once you have the noodles in the bundle that you can actually hold in your hand, then you put it into the mixing bowl. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this a little bit. So that I know how to do this correctly the next time. So we could try to make one more portion once that saucepan's ready. In the meantime, I don't think we can do really anything else with any of this stuff. That's a letter coming. Almost halfway done. Soybeans are almost all the way done. None of this should expire before we use it again. But I have a bucket of seed oil. Thought I put it all away. This can go in there. Let's go feed this to our chickens if we can. And then we're gonna run over and try to get more fire clay. Yeah. It looks like all of our water spots have been replaced with ice. I had a feeling that was going to close on me. There we go. They can have that mash. How are the pigs? Oh, the sub is pregnant. Nice. That's why I kept jumping to see if I could see the icon for that. How many servers does this have? 0.08. Alright, so we're gonna go get more fire clay. Only one amount of it, so we're not gonna come back after we get this amount. And then that'll be it for the stream. So what I want to do is not go through these mountains here. Ooh, we never checked these ruins. Let's head towards the ruins instead. That might be an easier way to get over there. Oh wait, no. Wait, let's go back down. I forgot what time of day it was. Because it's, for me, it's 2:17 in the afternoon. That means Percuss would have already started their, story event of Vintage Story. I'm gonna run all the way back home. We're gonna raid out to Percuss and get a little glimpse into what one of the story lore points of the game is. Is he doing it? Let me check. Yeah, they're all getting together. Okay. So when we come back tomorrow, we'll get more fire clay and stuff. We'll do the food correctly. Have a barrel there for nothing. So I'm gonna do what? No, let's go over to the food place. What would I say was the most that we did? A picture of the room? This doesn't really show everything. I could do it up here. You know what? Let's do it up here. So there's a screenshot for today. I'm gonna save while being down here because my character should be warming up as I do it. Yep, he already went to 4.5. Negative 4.5. So, let's save the game. Go into our raid out scene. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live, I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 AM EST to 12:30 PM EST, and on Sundays from 10 AM EST to 2 PM EST.